All right, everyone. Wanted to do a quick video here on Propy. Propy is a request token from someone in our community who was very kind and gracious, sent me a couple of tips here over the last few days. And not that I wouldn't have done it without that, but just wanted to thank them publicly for that. And so, yeah, they kindly requested a video specifically, or I don't think they requested a video, but they just asked me what I thought about Propy, and I told them I would just go ahead and make a video. So wanted to do that for them. I'm here on the weekly on the Coinbase chart, but what I want to show you is the difference between different charts. Because, for example, Coinbase is just including the history since the time it was listed on their exchange, like January of 2022. But if you come over here to charts.cointrader.pro, you can see that Propy has a much longer history all the way back to late 2017. And so, yeah, you can see the bigger chart here on Propy. And yeah, over here on the cointrader.pro website, you can see that Propy on the weekly chart really just continues to have a consolidation over several years here. And what I want to point out is just that, we've been trading in a range of, man, this is bright green. Goodness. Whew. My eyes. Hold on. What is going on? Okay, hold on. All right. Yeah, so Propy's been trading in a range for several years. It was searching for a bottom there towards the middle of March of 2020 when the rest of the economy was collapsing, the worldwide economy. That was back at COVID. Since COVID, Propy had a great run there in the 2021-2022 bull cycle for Bitcoin and the rest of the market. But if you notice, Propy, along with XRP and others, held internally to their previous all-time high. So, XRP did this, Tron did this, Stellar did this, several tokens did, and Propy was one of those. So what we have here on Propy, I think, is either an initial wave 1 impulse, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a little 5 in there. And, we have done a retrace here for wave 2. And it's come down to either the 702 or the 786. And now this was the initial wave 1 off the bottom. This is wave 2. And now hopefully what we're about to start is a wave 3. That wave 3, the initial targets for that wave 3, if this is impulsive, which I wouldn't see why it's not if Bitcoin isn't done. Let's hope Bitcoin's not done. Let's hope Bitcoin is continuing. I think there's good reason for Bitcoin to continue. There are some traders that are starting to call the early top for Bitcoin, and they're saying that what we just did last night was the top for Bitcoin at like 124. That's possible. I don't think it's likely yet. I think we are getting close to the end of the cycle. I think it's only going to last another 6 to 7 weeks, but I don't think we're done yet. So let's just hold off on any calls for the top of BTC. And let's hope that Propy is going to ride the wave here with Bitcoin going higher. But I would say a conservative target for Propy here would be in that $7 to $14 range. And that would just be for a wave 3 target. Actually, wave 3 would be the $14 range. And then probably, we would see something higher. It's just hard to give targets beyond that, but I would say that those are conservative targets, either $7 or $14, either that 1272 fib level or the 1618. Now, if it came up here to the $7 level, that would be similar to what XRP just did. It barely made a new all-time high, and then we rolled over. So for now, the question is, what is Propy going to do here? It's hard to say, but it's been consolidating for 5 years, so I think we're due on Propy. I don't see why we wouldn't have an opportunity for Propy to go higher. Certainly, these would be long-term accumulation spot ranges. Like if you were wanting to buy Propy for the next 5 to 10 years, these are prices right now that are just incredible. I wouldn't buy all of my spot bag for Propy in one buy. But, spread it over the course of several weeks. Buy 10% a week. Say, for example, if you're going to buy $10,000 worth of Propy, then you would buy $1,000 a week. and just try to make those purchases consistently on the same day every week as you look at the market, and try to get in on good value days. And then that way you get a dollar cost average, right? So yeah, those are some thoughts I have on Propy. Propy is trying to solve the property titling use case with mortgages, with purchasing of homes. And so they certainly are shooting to have smart contracts and be able to sell homes and have near instant settlement, making the escrow process much quicker, titling, all those kinds of things, closing. So Propy is a great project. I know Michael Arrington has been involved with Propy over the years. The founder, I believe, is named Natalie. I can't remember her last name at the moment. It escapes my old man brain. But I think Propy is a good project, and I think what you have with Propy is you have nice range-bound accumulation. And really, I think we have yet to see what Propy can really do. So those are my thoughts on that coin. I think it's a good one. I think it's a solid project, and I think that in the days ahead, Propy, if the bull market is still intact and we still have an altcoin cycle, then I would certainly certainly not be surprised if Propy ran to $7 or more likely 14, and then we'll just see where the rest of the market is and kind of gauge from there where we go. But anyway, hope that's helpful. And if you have any questions about other coins, I will try to get to them. I really appreciate your patience. I've just got a lot of things going on with work right now, so juggling kind of some new schedules and getting used to that. So I'll try to get to these, and probably what I'll have to end up doing, because I have gotten quite a few requests, is I'll probably just have to prioritize those, So anyway, hope that's helpful for you, and have a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon. See ya.